Hi, this is Dr. Kimberley Linert, and you're listening to Incredible Life Creator Podcast. And today we're doing something a little differently. Usually I have a guest, and we do an interview with just one guest, but today we're doing it with two guests. And we are talking about an upcoming event called Emergence of the Total Woman. And so I'd like to introduce Dr. Shelley Negelow and Lynnis Woods-Mullins. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yes.
So, Lynnis, why don't you start out by telling us who you are and what you do so people can understand who you are?
Sure, no problem. First of all, thank you, Kimberly, for allowing us to be on the podcast. It's wonderful to be here. It's always a great opportunity to get a chance to talk to other people and to reach out in the world and get a chance to talk about something that I'm passionate about. I am a certified holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40. And I specialize in working with women and basically keeping their mind, body, spirit well, using holistic practices, fitness, spiritual renewal, and nutrition. I've been doing it for 10 years and have several podcasts. I have an online magazine, online classes and webinars. I sponsor retreats, have a great Facebook group, and very excited to be sharing with you one of my newest projects that I'm doing with Dr. Shelley Negelow.
All right. And Shelley, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thanks, Dr. Kimberly. I appreciate being here, and I'm so excited to do this program with my friend Lynnis. I'm Dr. Shelley Negelow. I teach the Power of Woman seminars. I'm the founder, and I've been teaching women how to create a life that they love for over 30 years. It is my honor, it's my treasure, and it's my passion to support women and really living life fully with no restraints and creating whatever results they want in their personal, professional lives with great ease. So that's my passion. That's what I do all the time. And I also have private one-on-one work that I do with women as well. And my Facebook page is Power of Woman Seminars with Shelley Negelow.
All right. Thank you, Shelley. So, Shelley, how did you meet Lynnis?
You know, it's interesting because I've been connecting with Lynnis for, I'd say, I don't know, a number of years on Facebook. And I had always felt that I had met her before. And one day something sparked me that I needed to reach out to her. So she and I started to talk, and we realized we had so much in common in supporting women that we decided it was time to come together and create a program that would be holistic to support women in their entirety in their lives. So that's how Emergence of the Total Woman became, and the subtitle is A Blueprint for Living a Life You Love. And that's really what we're all about. So Lynnis and I just have this great synergy, and it's been real fun creating this with her, and we're so excited to be able to offer it to so many women.
All right. And you both kind of come from different angles as far as creating that life. Lynnis, why don't you tell me a little bit about, how you work with women?
Mm-hmm. Sure. And let me first apologize in advance. I'm just getting over a bad cough that I got over the holidays, so please forgive me. Actually, how I like to work with women is helping them to be well in their mind, body, and spirit. Because my theory is that no matter how successful you are, no matter how much money you might be making, or no matter what dreams you are pursuing, if you're not feeling totally well, then you're probably still leaving something on the table. You could be even more successful. And I'm speaking from my own experiences because I was a very successful corporate manager. And at the age of 51, 10 years ago, I walked away from that because I had an epiphany and found out that I had an anxiety disorder. And even though I had the makings of the American dream with a great job, house, kids, car, whatever, there was still something missing. And what happens a lot of times with women, even though we might, have success in one way, many times our self-care is wanting, the true self-care, not just getting your hair done and your nails done. I'm talking about doing that work that keeps us healthy and whole. Many times that's missing. And so when I took that time, I decided to take some time off and figure out, why I had this anxiety and how to go about changing it without having to take pharmaceuticals. And I found a whole new world about the mind, body, spirit, wellness conundrum, and how important it is that we approach our wellness, in terms of taking care of our mind, our body, and our spirit. And the more I found out, the more I realized that I really wanted to share with women ways to be proactively well so they would not end up the way that I did. Because eventually, when you're suffering from anxiety, depression, stress, sense of overwhelm, all those things can eventually add up to present themselves through physical things, like, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, chronic disease, even cancer, heart disease. And so it's really important for us to say, oh, this is how I'm feeling. And it's really important for us to take a look at that and to find out what it is that we can do, even if it's incremental, to begin to improve our overall wellness. And so that's what I do with women, is to help them explore what's going on in their lives and what we can do from a wellness perspective to kind of help them to be well so they can continue to thrive, especially in midlife.
Wow. Yeah, that is so important. So important. Without our health, what do we have?
Right, exactly.
Without our, physical, emotional, mental health, we don't have anything. And then what piece are you helping women work on, Shelley?
Well, my focus really, Dr. Kimberly, is our innate power. How do we use it? How do we focus with it? One of the things that Lynnis was speaking about is that she was very successful in her, in her former career. And I too had a similar situation where I was very successful as an executive recruiter. And what I found was, although I had all the trappings of success, I still felt like there was a big missing piece of my life. And I was really very dissatisfied. And I too went through this major change in my life. And what I realized was that the missing piece for my life was myself. I was missing in action. I was doing all the things, and I know how women are so good at taking care of everything and everyone else. Everywhere I've gone over the years, women have all told me the same story, essentially. But we don't know how to really use our innate, natural way of living our lives, tapping into that innate power to produce the results we really want to have. And so I discovered within myself how to tap into that place. And then I started talking to women about it, and I found that women wanted it badly, that we're craving it, that it's so missing for all of us because we've been trained over many generations that it's selfish to include yourself. But the dilemma is that we're the gift. We're the ones that support everybody else in our lives. And so it's essential for us to become clear, to become whole, to become passionate, because we're modeling what's possible for our children, for our families, for our relationships, for our communities, for our, everything we do in our lives. And that's crucial. So my focus is training women in who they are, how to use that innate power powerfully, with ease, and learning to use their passion to produce extraordinary results, both personally and professionally. And becoming unstoppable, learning how to let go of the things that actually get in the way. Because we all have our views of what limits us. And our whatever our past history has been, where we've stopped ourselves, regardless of how successful we've been. We all have those thoughts and perceptions. So how do you let those things go? I'll be teaching that step by step by step, being committed, who you are, what you're passionate about, producing extraordinary results, letting go of the things that stop you, and becoming unstoppable. And that, married with what Lynnis is teaching, is a whole experience of the person as, in their lives. Very, very exciting. And it's essential for the quality of our lives, actually.
Yeah, yes, it is. And I can say from personal experience, because I started working with you a few months ago in Power of Women, that my life has, how do I explain it? I am reclaiming myself. I don't know where I left her, but somewhere along the way, I left myself somewhere, and I'm going back and I'm reclaiming her, and my life every day is quite exciting, because I'm kind of saying, I wonder what's going to happen today with this new beliefs, this new thought process, this new way of being. And it's much more free, and it's much more fun and quite exciting. A little scary, but it's a lot more fun and exciting than it is scary, kind of like a roller coaster. So I'm all for it. And there's just so many things, even if people have been through a lot of different kinds of trainings, or I've been through some trauma clearing, things like that, it's not the same as what
It's not the
Shelley is teaching. I've never had this much transformation this quickly.
It's palpable, yeah.
It's very palpable and very useful. So,
and you've talked to a number of other women who have gone through the same transformation, some who've been around the Power Woman seminars, or myself, or many, many years, and you see what their lives are like. They're extraordinary. So we're talking about permanent change, really having a way of being able to access who we are, use our power, and learn how to focus it, so we then are all that we can possibly be in the world. And you said something about being scary. It's actually the same feeling as being excited.
Yeah.
So using that energy or that experience to focus, so that we get out of our own way, and we let go of the limitations, so we can expand and grow, and be playful in life, and have great joy, and also great ease. Why wouldn't we?
Yes, why wouldn't we?
It's natural. It's just that we haven't learned to be natural. It's already in the system. We're already there as human beings. We already are who we are. But it's learning how to uncover and discover it as an experience, not just, it's an idea. No, it's not an idea. It's an actual experience that you use to create with, to produce incredible results.
Yes, and I can see that this natural feeling is a really good feeling.
It's a really good feeling, and it's your true innate power that you're using to be in your life with.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that Lynnis is speaking about, but she's speaking about it from the point of view of wellness and well-being and one's health, which is crucial to being able to produce the results in your life. If you don't have your wellness and your well-being, what do you have?
You have nothing. Yes, you have nothing. If you don't feel good enough to get up in the morning, how effective can one be?
That's right.
So
yeah.
But
I have found that since I work mostly with women over 40, one of the things that's very common is the feeling of sense of overwhelm, anxiety, and also feeling stressed. And some of the things I teach are how to holistically manage that. Change can be stressful, sometimes scary. And that fear feeling or that scary feeling is a good thing, because it can also be energizing. And so what I would like to do in training these women along with Dr. Shelley is to leverage that energy and show them how to maintain it in a healthy way. To the point where it doesn't become prohibitive, because anxiety and fear can be prohibitive. Fear can be crippling. And many times for women, it's that feeling of anxiety and fear that keeps us from moving forward. And many times, the fear and anxiety that we might be feeling sometimes is not necessarily having to do with the change or the circumstances that we're in. Many times, there are things going on with us hormonally that are going to cause even more of a flight or fight response. So I'll be talking about thyroid health and adrenal health. I'll be talking about, things that we can be eating to leverage our energies and increase our energies, and things that we don't need to eat that take away from our ability to focus and concentrate. And I'll be talking a lot about the importance of incorporating movement during the course of the day, and breathing, breath exercises and things that we can do during the course of the day that just add more value to the things that you learn with Dr. Shelley that are going to give you extraordinary results. So with her teachings, coupled with the things that I do to try to help enhance your results and leverage what you're learning, you really do experience a transformation or an emergence of that you haven't experienced before. It's really different. And some of the things I talked about are things that I think everybody might know bits and pieces of, but you just haven't really thought about the importance of it in terms of how it applies to your life. You're like, oh yeah, I need to do this. Oh yeah, but you're not doing it. And we'll give you a plan or a blueprint in terms of how to do that, how to incorporate that into your life so that it doesn't seem like such a difficult thing to do, and it becomes a part of your self-care wellness regime every day. You know that this is something you're going to be doing every day because it adds more value. It's a value add in terms of the results that you want to get when it comes to creating a life that you really love and that you're excited about.
Yeah, and the tools that we'll be teaching, they become, as you said, as some way of being that's really easy. It's like moving your arm, so that it's just, you wake up in the day and you know exactly how to focus. You have the tools if something holds you back to release something that gets in the way. You learn how to produce the results with your passion. Even if you've been extremely successful, you're learning to use your passion even more successfully so that you're getting out of your way and you're fine-tuning the results that you really want to produce. So it's for really every woman. It's a matter of, what do you really want to create? This is a way of, giving you an opportunity to have a roadmap for producing extraordinary results and living the quality of life you really want to have.
Yes, and something that Lynnis said that, reminded me that so many times women or people in general, they don't keep their word to themselves, and sometimes we've even been given tools, but we don't do it. But, the tools that you have for people, it's something where every day they can choose to keep their word to themselves by using these tools to improve life and, being accountable to, each other. And I know you had told me that you're going to have earlier before the podcast, you said you're going to actually have a Facebook group for people to support each other. So hopefully you can be accountable to yourself, but if you can, at least there's some other people that can say, hey, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you using the tools? Because if you're using the tools, then you're going to get results.
Yes, and I have found when working with women, it's the incremental changes that always yield the biggest results. One of the things that happens when women, especially I see this a lot at the beginning of the year, people want to lose weight. They're going to, get that new client, all these great, wonderful intentions, goals that we have, plans that we have. And that's fantastic. We may even have a strategy for all of that. But sometimes usually they say something like 80% of the people who set all these goals and intentions, 80% of them give them up by February because it's overwhelming. It's so much. So the idea is to begin to make some incremental changes that will give you big results when it comes to your overall wellness. So I'm not advocating, for instance, to stay in shape or to get fit, that you train for a marathon. No, but there are things that you can do to remind yourself to take that walk around the block. And then the other thing is, it's always good to know the why. Why is that important? when you begin to know why it's important in terms of the things that you're doing, that kind of re-solidifies it in your brain as to why it's important for you to do it. So many times we have a tendency to be focused on everybody else's why. We're taking care of everybody else, meeting all of their needs, putting everybody else on the front burner, that we're so far back on the back burner that when it comes time to reach back there and pull ourselves up, we really don't even know how to do that. So part of this course is going to kind of reteach you and remind you how to do it, why to do it, and the fact that it can be done. It's not impossible for you to make that change of remembering to take better care and good care of you.
One of the things that Lynnis and I have both tapped into personally, and I know Lynnis can speak very specifically about this, Dr. Kimberley, is that we've learned to become unstoppable. It was that important because in our own ways, we hit our rock bottom.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We were extremely successful.
Yeah, I certainly hit my rock bottom.
Satisfied and gotten to the point of it affecting our health and our well-being.
Absolutely.
So we chose to look for another way of operating in our lives. And it is a choice. What's more important? Living the old way and succumbing to whatever circumstances you might have, or moving beyond your circumstances to produce the life that you really want to have. And you have to start with who you are and what you're committed to. And then from there, taking steps. It's baby steps are fine. It doesn't have to be huge steps. But what you'll find over time is that you will produce the results. And one day you'll look around and you say, hey, I'm not doing that anymore. I've finally created this outcome or that outcome. And you know yourself, Dr. Kimberley, that you've had incredible results. And it's been a very, very short time that you and I have worked together. And you've been doing all kinds of personal growth work for many, many years.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a matter of learning how to take the steps, but doing it with ease and being kind and compassionate with yourself. Because we're kind and compassionate to everybody else, but we forget about that with ourselves.
Yes. And I just wanted to ask, Lynnis, how did you both are powerhouses. How did you come together and decide, okay, we're gonna present this program for women with the whole enchilada? How did that come up?
I think it was kind of a symbiotic experience. We just started talking and realized that we got this synergy going on in terms of, what it is that she does with women and what it is that I do with women. And I have always felt, and I told her this, that when it comes to life coaches, business coaches, all these different coaches out here, or women, motivational speakers, all these wonderful programs out here for women, that it's hard to find one that incorporates wellness as well. And let's face it, some people feel that the whole wellness thing it's just not as sexy, it doesn't sound as exciting or whatever. And I've always felt that, first of all, it is sexy because being unwell isn't sexy. But the other thing is that women are so much more vibrant and so much more powerful when they are doing things from a wellness perspective, when they're well while they're doing them, instead of they're so exhausted and tired that they may be getting things accomplished, they may appear to be successful, but over time it takes its toll and you're no longer getting those optimum results that you could get if you were well. So getting a chance to, talk with Dr. Shelley and finding out more about her program, we both discovered that this would be awesome to be able to have this marriage, if you will, of these two modalities and to kind of merge them into one, leveraging the best things about the programs so that when women walk away from the program, they're not only feeling renewed, restored, and re-energized, but they're having a can-do feeling because they're walking away with something they can look at and hold and refer to, and knowing also they have a Facebook group that's going to support them and inspire and motivate them to continue doing what they're doing. Because let's face it, whenever we're going through a change, things, and many times really exciting things, are happening very much like how those first 2 or 3 weeks of the year are. And the next thing you know, it's February 1st, and you're like, oh, wow. kind of tired, or this isn't what I thought it was going to be, or I need a little bit more oomph. And the good thing about this is that you'll have that Facebook group to support each other and to motivate and inspire each other as you're going on a journey, because it's a journey. And for me, I've always told my clients and the women that I speak to, it really isn't all about the destination, because we know what the destination is going to be, right? We all basically know what that destination is, but it's all about the journey and the things you learn along the way, the tools, the tips and techniques that you learn along the way. So you take our class, our webinar, you belong to the Facebook group, and you begin to learn even more from each other. So it's an ongoing journey. And we just want to be part of that journey. We want to be the entity that gives you that blueprint, that sets you on a path and a journey that is healthier, that's results oriented, and that gives you, as you know, Dr. Shelley was saying, a life that you truly love, not one that you're just kind of like tolerating, not one that you're kind of like existing. So many of us, and I've been there, are just existing and have decided that's okay. But it really
that it's our lot in life.
Yeah, it's the norm. Everybody does it. But you don't have to be a part of the walking wounded. There is an answer. There is another way to live. And when you realize that there's that other way to live, it is exhilarating, like you said, Dr. Kimberly. It is an overwhelming aha to be able to realize that there really is something more and that you have access to it. It's right there within you. Everything that you need to accomplish those goals, those dreams, those things you've been wanting to do, it all lies within you. It really does. Just might need a little bit of help pulling out and then figuring out how to use it so that you can really create an extraordinary life.
And I'm thinking that there may be someone thinking, well, am I a good fit for this program? And, you know, if I am, what am I going to get? Is there something palpable, something, it's not just going to be a bunch of theories, like, am I going to actually get something, and what results am I expecting?
Well, I'll answer it this way. Between Dr. Shelley and I, we represent over 40 years of working with women. And we have had the gamut in terms of all the different women that we've met. And so what this program is a sum total of our experiences in working with women. So I would say this is for any woman who's ready to make some kind of a change, even if you're not sure exactly what that change is. And in terms of having something palpable, yes, I mean, when we say it's the emergence of the total woman, creating a blueprint, you actually will have a blueprint, a document that will show you what you're going to be doing on a daily basis, what you want to be doing, you know, in terms of your short-term, mid-term, and even long-term goals, to give you kind of like a picture of what you want your life to look like and the things you're going to do to get there.
Wow.
And I will specifically be giving tools that will support each person in discovering who she is, you know, what's your life about, discovering what you're passionate about, using that passion, who you are, your commitment to the quality of your life to produce extraordinary results. Because after all, your passion and who you are, they actually are your power source.
Right.
How do you use it to produce the results you want?
Absolutely.
So that nothing is missing internally or externally, that it's all there, that you're always satisfied, regardless of what's happening in your life. And then something is happening with my page, so just give me a second. Okay. And then learning to let go of the things that stop you, because things will come up in life. We are, after all, in a physical world. Learning how to let go of things, and there is an actual tool to let things go. And then to produce the results you want to have, personal, professional, every part of your life. And then learning to become unstoppable. There will be specific tools with every aspect that I'm speaking about. So you're going to come away with physical, experiential tools that you'll be able to use on a daily basis. And as you know, Dr. Kimberly, they're not difficult. They're actually quite easy. It's just a matter of practicing, taking one step at a time, and all of a sudden you look around and go, oh my goodness, my life is extraordinary. Because in fact, you have created it that way.
Yes. And just to get down to the nuts and bolts, it's a 2-day program. And how do people sign up? How do they join you?
Yes, it's a 2-day program, and the next course is on February 20th and February 21st, and they can find out more details by going to the link in your speaker notes. And I can give the site name. You can go to wellnesswoman40.com and click on the Emergence banner on the front page of the site, and that will take you to the registration page, and there we'll have more information about the actual program, and you can click there and register, and we will be so excited to see you. We'll be offering 2 classes. Each one is about 3 hours or so, and at the end of those 2 classes, you will be emerging.
Awesome. And it was Wellness Woman, WOM.
Yeah, wellnesswoman40.com.
Is it at WOMAN or WOMAN?
Woman, 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 40.
Wellnesswoman40.com.
And you'll see a total emergence or emergence banner on the front of the page. Click that banner, and it'll take you to the registration page.
Awesome. Any last words before we complete today?
The thing I think that's the most important is to choose to live your life powerfully with nothing held back. That it's so exciting, it's so exhilarating to have a quality of life and to be satisfied with every part of your life. You know, there's nothing to fear. It's just you and you. What a fun ride. Please join us,
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, Shelley and I have had a lot of fun putting this course together, and you're going to probably feel some of that when you get a chance to spend some time with us, because when we're doing the course, we'll be doing it in a webinar format, talking to you right now, just like this. We'll be talking to our classmates or our people who purchase the program. So it's going to be very interactive in terms of their ability to be able to look and listen, and you'll have some great other additional materials that we give as a bonus, not just things in the course, but other things that are going to be helping you. So it's really a power-packed 2 days of information and learning and instruction, and I believe emergence to something that's really going to be fantastic for any woman who takes the course.
Wonderful. So go to wellnesswoman40.com and sign up now. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kimberly. What a joy to be with you.
Wonderful. Thank you for the platform. Wonderful to be on your podcast.
Yes. And we'll talk to both of you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.